Welcome to the Pool Room Podcast. I'm Sam.
I'm Jack.
I'm Dave.
So we've kind of skipped over everything, but
That's cool.
this is episode 7 for season 7 of Game of Thrones.
Big Daddy.
Of our podcast episode 7.
I know, right? This is great. Completely
Sevens.
unprepared and
Fate of the
unscripted.
seven.
This is how we like
That's
it.
how we do it.
7.
Yeah.
Is it
Seven's a
seriously?
magical-
I thought it was like Dragon of... Wait. Wolf's
No,
Dragon?
I'm just saying.
Dragon of Wolves?
Yeah, it is. The episode's called The Dragon and the Wolf.
The
Wolf
Song of the Dragon and Wolf. Basically.
I think it's either The Dragon and the Wolf or The Wolf and the Dragon.
I'm loving this preparedness.
Yeah.
This is...
See, that's how much we care about this podcast. We totally checked our... Well, no, to be honest, I'm so burnt out by the shitty writing of this season that I'm just,
I really...
Twin
did-
Peaks. Go on, anyway.
I kind of really enjoyed this episode though for what it was.
Yeah, it was
wrapping
better than
everything up.
episodes 5 and 6 in my opinion.
We're building 6 and 5 because of Arya censorship.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that went on forever.
See, I knew either it's the worst writing of all time or the twist would be that they turn on Littlefinger.
Yeah.
But that's still bad, but
They've kind of lost the like the plot. Everything's gone into trying to be either predictable or not predictable.
Correct.
Because there's no book to follow.
Which is shoving it in your face.
Yeah.
they can't write political intrigue after the books ran out.
Yeah.
George R. R. Martin was great at writing political intrigue and intricate plot
Yeah.
twists and shit.
Yeah, because I would have been more happy with Ara taking their faces and pretending to be Littlefinger. That would have been amazing.
That would have been cool, yeah. Chaos is a ladder. What? You're not saying it like you normally do. Sorry, I mean, chaos is a ladder.
Gotta add the Sean Connery to it.
Exactly. Yeah. I think... What did we think of Littlefinger's death?
Fucking hated it.
Yeah.
It wasn't something I wanted to happen, but something was going to happen.
I'm more upset that you can get a fair trial.
Yeah.
That's,
I really am.
That's true.
I'm gonna be honest, like Ned Stark got a fair trial, and the whole Starks are about honor and stuff like that, and they've just gone over the deep end. They're kind of like, we're just gonna believe our fucking disabled Harry Potter brother, and just go with his magic words instead of actually evidence.
Exactly.
Because let's be honest, they had no evidence. Like she's like, I saw you kill. What's the
Liza Aaron.
Yeah, she didn't.
Wouldn't that implicate herself? Because she was hiding it all this time.
Yeah.
Wouldn't she get in trouble as well if she just admitted now?
She can't because she's a Stark. No Stark
It's
can get in
nonsense.
trouble.
Because the Vale Lords, what's his name?
Fat
Young
guy.
Royce or whatever, would be like, why didn't you tell us this earlier, Lady Sansa?
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. It's just, we need him out of the show.
Yeah.
Let's just treat him like shit at the last minute.
It wasn't, like, if you're gonna have Littlefinger's death, it should have been, more, like, epic and more, like, the plot should have been better. I don't know how to phrase
No,
it.
I understand. It should have reflected his character.
Not
better.
like...
Not, I'm gonna have a mental break. Because, like, that's the thing. That when they turned on him, right, I don't expect his character to go and start crying and have a breakdown.
Yeah.
And start going, get me out of here to, like, his troops.
Yeah.
Because I'm just kind of like, that's not his. He'd be like, I didn't do it. There's no way you can prove it.
Correct.
Let's have a trial.
Correct.
Not have a mental fucking breakdown.
Act like a child, like...
Yeah, that's what it was. Act like a child. And then, oh, no.
Yeah. And the whole, like, this is going back to the whole plot of the letter, like, framing Sansa with the letter. That was, I still maintain that was lame. It was a lame reason to get Littlefinger killed in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, a single letter that
all the things
really didn't make that much difference.
Because again, I've said this before, I'll say again, Sansa should have been like, yeah, I did write that letter, Arya, and?
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it? I was a kid. I had no idea. I had no family. What do I do?
Exactly. Rob and Catelyn understood back in season 1. Remember when Rob opened the letter?
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, clearly Cersei's forcing Sansa to write.
Yeah.
And then he screwed it up or whatever he did and threw it away. And then he went back to banging Talisa or whatever. What about the letter, Rob? Shh. Don't worry about that letter. It's just my sister. I don't want to think about that right now. But yeah, it was a bit, overall, it was a weak ending for Littlefinger in my opinion.
Who has to clean the floor? Just putting that out there. That's a fair bit of
Arya.
blood.
Arya should fucking clean it. No, get Bran to clean it. I cannot walk.
They could just put fucking like mops on his wheels and get him to do doughies on the goddamn.
Someone just grab his wheelchair from behind and tip him forward so that he falls out. Go on, clean the floor, Bran.
It's cool.
Lick it up.
On the
Lick
blood.
it up.
Fucking hate Bran so much.
Oh,
I hate all the fucking Starks now.
it's getting to that stage where you don't know or care what's going on.
I don't care anymore. I don't give a fuck. The show's shit now.
Because we love Littlefinger.
Dude.
Who was a sex slaver, essentially.
I don't care what he was. He was amazing. That's what he was. He was the best character, and he died the shittest way possible.
The Winterfell plot, weak. Yes.
Yeah.
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 Anything else to add to it?
No, just I want to skip back to the start of the
Beginning.
episode.
We did jump
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah.
Why did the episode start with a siege of Highgarden and then it cuts straight to all of them being at the Dragon Pit in King's Landing?
Yeah, that made no
Yeah.
sense.
What was
That
that?
was like, this is exactly why we say they need a calendar.
Yeah.
Because Jamie's there, and then Jamie's there, and he's kind of like, what? What?
But it sounds like, from the way that they've been talking, that Jamie's been in King's Landing for a while now before they turned up. And it was like...
He borrowed Littlefinger's teleporter.
Yeah.
No, but even regardless of the calendar, it actually doesn't explain in terms of the story why they began for one scene with the unsullied siege
Standing there.
And
standing like implying there's a siege of Highgarden, and then it cuts to all of them being at in King's Landing, and then the siege is ignored.
Which is it means that like no one died. What did they do? Did
What was
Jamie
the
just
point?
go like, yeah, no, you guys can have this. We're done now. Like we're gonna go back to my home.
Yeah. Well, why were they even at Highgarden in the beginning? Like, what was the point in terms of the story?
It was a useless scene.
No, someone tell me. Try to like why? What do you think the writers were trying to do? Because I don't know.
Don't they foreshadowing the size of their army?
I think they forgot. I think they honestly forgot that Jamie had been in King's Landing for so long, and he'd left Highgarden because that's when he told Cersei that the craggly old bitch that was the conniving little thing that killed Joffrey.
Elena Tyrell.
That's the one. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just never know names.
I knew that. I was just testing you.
Yeah.
That was you.
I have a list
Queen
of
of
all
Thorns.
the faces and the names of characters
Yeah.
and people, even the actors' names. Still can't read it.
They all start with T.
No, not only in regards to Jamie being in Highgarden versus being in King's Landing. Why did the episode start with a siege in Highgarden and then it ignored it for the rest of the episode?
It was
Because-
very irrelevant.
They had to get rid of their entire CGI budget in the first 5 minutes and the last 5 minutes, and that is all.
God, that was just weird. I think I'm not going to try to.
No, you can't.
Justify
There's no way. It's like trying to justify it is like trying to get Cersei to justify killing Jamie.
Or justify Jamie sticking with her this whole
Yeah,
time.
especially after that, it turned into, why is this happening?
Do you guys remember when Cersei blew up the Scepter of Baelor at the end of
Yeah.
season 6?
Yeah.
And then Jamie walked in and looked at her like, holy shit, this bitch is fucking crazy.
And he's like, I'm gonna fuck her.
and then the rest of this whole season until now, it's like they ignored her, him noticing her at the end of the episode. Like, that was really fucking weird.
Speaking of really fucking weird, how weird was Bronn going, I need a drink, let's go.
Oh,
You know why?
Yeah, I know. I read into that because
Yeah.
I was looking at it going, well, that's fucking retarded. That was the worst
It was
exit
so
to a
random,
scene
wasn't
ever.
it? It was almost surreal.
He could have easily have just been one of those, like kind of disappear off into,
Ooh.
like, no, he could pretend to be in the background, and then in the scene that Cersei's there, he just isn't in the scene. But everyone just assumes that he's somewhere hiding around the back because he's one of those guys.
Yeah, that might work actually.
Rather than say, I'm gonna go get a drink.
Yeah.
Come,
And then-
Podrick.
And then it's like you're leaving everyone alone with all the soldiers, and they think, yeah, it's a fucking trap.
Yeah, it's very suspicious. Because they all look at him like, where's he going?
Yeah.
And then what's the hound's like, we're gonna fucking die here, aren't we?
He should have said to Pod, okay, come on, Pod, let's go get a drink. And Pod should be like, but why? I want to listen to Cersei. Why can't we just stay?
Yeah.
Just
'Cause-
acknowledge the fact that.
He's like, wink! Wink! Get us out of here!
But what? I thought you were going to speak to Cersei later in person, up close. You and the actress who plays Cersei. You the two of you should just...
I fucked her. I didn't want Euron and Jamie having an issue with this, so I'm gonna leave now.
We should, like, point out what we're talking about just in case listeners don't.
No, I don't care.
Okay.
They can read into it however they like.
Do you understand why they had the scene with Bronn walking away from the Dragon Pit?
What, so you can leave them forever?
Oh,
No, he literally was dating Cersei and it ended so badly it's written into each other's contracts that they can't share a scene.
Jerome Flynn and
What
Lena.
the fuck, really?
Yeah,
Jerome Flynn and Lena Headey, the actors who play Bronn and Cersei, dated in real life, and apparently it ended awkwardly. They don't like each other. So that's all.
Like, I don't.
You weren't expecting that, were you? You weren't expecting that.
That's so gay. That's
like,
great.
What are they, professionals or something?
Wow, that's so spiteful of each other. Just, I hate you so much, I can't be in a single scene with you. So let's find a tavern in the middle of a death arena.
Come on, pod, let's go.
That's it, they go to a death arena and there's a bar there. It just happens to be an underground bar, sports bar.
I'll just be on the top, the top seats up here,
the box
overlooking.
office.
Yeah.
Pod's putting like gold dragons into a slot machine and just. Oh, look, I got 3 White Walkers in a row. Yeah!
The fucking machine just blows up in his face.
Yes.
Oh
Woo, jackpot!
Yeah.
I got a dragon!
Imagine an egg just pops out. The fucking dragon's egg.
Hello! Do you get it?
No.
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna be making Twin Peaks references all night and
Don't watch it. Don't care.
it's
It's a shit show.
Yeah, of course. It's just so bad. Anyway. My feelings are getting hurt.
Diddums. My favorite character fucking died.
Okay, so finally a whole bunch of characters meeting all in one go for this reveal of the zombie, the white.
I like the way that periodically the Hound is just making sure that it's still not rotted completely and is moving.
I was fucking expecting it to not work.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Isn't that such a cliched plot thing where they finally open the crate and it's not working and...
It was...
Oh, yeah, I know that. My wife's just like, I guarantee it's dead.
Yeah.
And, he kicks it over at the end of all of that. And I'm like, I really want it to just be completely gone and it's almost turned to dust sort of thing. And then it did move. And I went, yeah, it did kind of have to move.
Well, it full on moved.
It's piss bolted at her.
Now, I don't... Correct me if I'm wrong or if you
Smells
guys...
bitch.
I don't know what you guys think of this theory
Baby,
or whatever.
other white meat.
I don't know, like, how does it work in terms of the Night King controlling the whites? Are they able to turn him on and off like a car? Like, if the Night King wanted to... if the Night King wanted to, like, shut down...
I assume
at
it's
any time.
vampirism.
Or are they just alive from that? Like, they just... Obviously, the White Walkers can control them, but do they just stay alive until they
I think it's more like they take orders like you would just give soldiers an order and they would follow it. Kill everybody.
Yeah.
And he's still
So,
following it.
Telepathic soldiers.
So if the White Walkers wanted to, could a White Walker who's controlling a small army of zombies, like, make them shut down and they just collapse and then they become, dormant?
So you'd like be as if they were droids and you click the off button and then everyone
Go back to their zombie, like, not zombie, make them corpses again and then you turn them on and off. Do you get what I'm saying? Because
I think they're just...
I don't think it works.
Because in season 1, the very first time we experience a white, or John does, they were unconscious and north of the wall and then they got dragged through Castle Black and then they became alive.
Yeah.
So do you get what I'm saying? Like, what if the Night King wanted to just turn off that zombie all the way from the north? Could he do that?
I think he has an antenna range.
I think it was...
So it just stays alive.
Honestly, I think he was outside of Wi-Fi range.
All the more reason we should just... He should just drop... Because they did that in season 1, that's what I'm saying. They were unconscious and north of the wall. The Rangers brought them...
They probably forgot.
Yeah. So the writers are forgetting the rules again.
Yes, they are. But in saying that, Mark Zuckerberg hasn't launched the Facebook drones to give out Wi-Fi in that area. So
imagine that you can hear the buzzing, and as soon as it gets loud enough, the fucking zombie wakes up.
Night King, could you take 7 paces to your left, please? Just so we can...
Oh, please, instead...
He's holding up his ice spear to get the best reception.
His ice javelin.
I've got a dragon now. Surely this thing should get better reception.
Nah, he's not. He's with Vodafone.
Yeah. So that whole scene with the reveal of the whites.
Yeah.
The whites, I should say.
I loved Cersei's reaction.
Yeah.
She's like, "Holy shit! What the fuck is that?"
Why didn't the mountain fucking protect? Like the queen of the whole the antagonist of this series, Cersei. Let's be honest. Other than the Night King, she's the
bitch
human antagonist. She could have gotten killed like that because like everyone's standing around is not doing their fucking job, and the mountain's just standing there like a fucking dumb fuck.
Yeah, but look how slow he is. The entire time the hound's talking to him, he said like 6 sentences, and the mountain's still trying to think of an answer to, hey, bro.
Everyone's sitting down. Everyone starts leaving. And he goes, "Fuck you, Clegane." He's like, "Well done, mate. Well done. You did it. You did it."
Bronn walks back in drunk and be like, "You actually can talk," and then stands there waiting.
I actually think that the mountain's just gone. He doesn't remember anything.
Yeah, he's like a white. Only instead of ice magic, he's using the Qyburn's. Who knows what type of magic?
Blood magic. We'll go with that.
Yeah, blood magic meaning fire. Do you think it's like through fire or ice, or is it another way? Because you've got fire zombies, fire magic, which is like Beric Dondarrion and John.
Does he use electricity like Frankenstein?
Yeah, so it might. It doesn't show us. It doesn't show us how he does it. So it may not even be ice or fire magic. It
It's
might
just
be some
story.
Some necromancy.
Necromancy.
Because even in the books, he obviously resurrects Sir Gregor Clegane.
Yeah.
But he doesn't explain how he does it, what type of magic
just does it,
he just does it.
He
But
is-
can we just
Ta-da!
like the either Cersei has the worst protection and the worst bodyguards, or the riders again are just like poor riding. You wouldn't have that creature get that close to Cersei
For suspense.
for suspense, but isn't that fucking weak? Like that's so weird.
Honestly, you'd expect the bodyguard to have gotten a sword out, chopped the head off while
Correct.
it was trying to bite, like right through the jaw, just goes straight off through the...
Never mind the mountain. She's supposed to have a Kingsguard.
Yeah.
That thing ran all the way up to her, and they'll all stand there twiddling their thumbs like a bunch of buffoons.
One in the back and just jerking off to it.
Qyburn, did you see the way he looked at it?
I want one.
Yo, I mean,
yeah.
doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, fuck that.
And fucking the mountain's like, what about me? It's just like,
What do I do? Do I do anything? Do I kill this thing yet? Can I technically kill it because it's already dead? Like,
But is this my brother? The one that I've forgotten about?
fucking like the mountain should totally be like
is that his rule? Can only kill what's living?
the jealousy. Oh, the poor mountain is heartbroken because the way Qyburn was eyeing that fucking thing. It was like, oh, mountain's like, we're still having dinner later, aren't we, Qyburn? Yeah, it's alright, Greg. Taking the hand. You know what he's gonna do with that hand when he picks it up.
I found a new zombie.
Oh, and John totally did like a YouTube tutorial, open the box type thing for.
Oh,
Yes.
lays out all the pieces.
Yeah.
This is what's in it for the loot box of this month. Loot crate sent me a white.
The crate comes with a Tyrell insignia. Davos, if you can open the box for us, I'm just opening it.
Dragon glass, get your dragon glass.
We can destroy it with fire and with dragon glass. And Davos is like one of the, what do you call the circus, like, assistant to the magician?
Yeah, it's like, here we go.
Yeah.
It's just assistant. Yeah.
Assistant, sure. That was fucking hilarious.
He's wearing a fucking tutu as well.
Sir Davos, I'd watch that.
Fucking bends over to unlock it. He's like, ooh.
Well, this quickly turned into a porno.
That's what gets Cersei. She's just like, oh, here we go.
I want to see Varys' slash and Grey Worm's slash. I want to see that shit. If they're going to give us a 4-hour love scene between Missandei and Grey Worm, I want to at least see their slashes rubbing together.
Well,
All right.
I'm honestly, I'm waiting for Euron to end up finally marrying Cersei.
Yeah, she's totally not. She'll totally be like, totally used your troll, lol.
So that was a really good idea. Now, here you go. You can marry Reek.
Yeah. That was awkward when Euron was like, interrupts Tyrion,
Yeah.
and he was like,
And everyone was like, okay, can we get onto a
Can we
real
move on?
issue
Yeah.
now? Like, you can
we've
do
got
your own
larger-
shit
yeah.
on your own time. Like,
We've got larger concerns, and then he goes for the dwarf puns.
Yeah.
Which everyone was like groaning
yeah.
at the
Yeah.
lameness.
I think literally everyone was like, oh.
Oh, yeah.
And most of the audience was, again.
Wasn't that scene awkward? Because then like Cersei was just like, sit down or go away, and then he sits down, and then the story continues.
Yeah.
Was it just showing that he's crazy?
No, I don't know. I think
To
it's
show
just,
that it was a character thing to show that he's like mental.
I thought it showed that he's like, he doesn't care about anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it was a character thing, right?
Yeah.
That's the point of showing that little random
Outburst for no
of jinx,
reason.
yeah.
But it was also to do with the writers sitting around at the table going, hey guys, listen to this.
Aren't we hilarious? You want the good girl, but you need the bad pussy. Do you remember that line?
Yeah.
Awesome, Ryan. They won an Emmy for that season.
Oh, Jesus.
The Sand Snakes. Yeah, look, it was pretty fucking awesome. Daenerys won one over Cersei in terms of the...
She was very polite.
No, but comparing dick size in terms of
Daenerys landing with a dragon.
Landing late as well, you want to keep the other person waiting. Whoever keeps the other person waiting is the winner.
Yeah.
And Daenerys totally won that.
She's just,
My apologies.
Yeah. Oh, you kept me waiting. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's
my
it.
apologies.
Yeah.
She totally fucking won that. That's awesome.
Yeah. But not rubbing it in her face like Cersei
Exactly,
would have
that's
done.
how you
It would have been like, yeah, okay, cool.
Oh,
Cool.
sorry about that. Yeah.
It was almost like that. Cool story, bro.
Fucking pulls out a cigar, gets like Clegane to light it for her.
Takes out some shades and puts them on.
On the GTA mission passing, down.
Like a boss. What if Daenerys went Dracarys with her dragon and then Cersei got roasted?
Yeah, I was like, oh, that was a quick end of the season.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, now we go for the White Walkers.
And why did Sandor Clegane fucking carry that thing on his back like a fucking... Why? They have like, what do you call them? Carts and shit. He didn't even have help. First of all, you'd get a cart and use the cart to carry it.
He had a
Second
cart
of
the
all,
whole way there.
Even if you
except
don't
for-
have a cart, you'd have like 4 people carrying the crate. Freaking OH&S. Why did he carry Why did he carry that thing on his back like a fucking...
It's not like it spreads if it bit him. He's not like he's going to turn into one in like 4 days.
No,
he
I
has
mean
to
the weight.
die.
Like, why wouldn't you get... Like, I'm not going to carry a TV by myself. I'm going to get 3 other people to help me carry it.
It's pretty much just bones at this stage.
No, but you
Bones and a sheet.
You'd get someone to help you if you had the option. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to carry someone...
He's one of those, I don't need no help from no man.
Fucking...
The mountain would have done it on his own. I'm doing it on my own.
Yeah, the mountain's like an undead giant monster. Alright, it's fair. There it is. It's running towards it. No one is doing nothing.
Yeah.
They all just stood there.
And Jamie, who's meant to care so much about her, was like, oh, fuck.
Correct.
After it's already down,
and-
they're like,
and-
oh, we should help.
Never mind Jamie, all of them. Like, none of them. Not one Kingsguard, not the Mountain, not Jamie. No one fucking did a thing. Why did, on the opposite end of that, why did the Hound allow stop the White from killing her?
In saying that, I really do like the way that he didn't use the Valerian sword.
On it.
Yeah.
To prove you can chop them in half and they're still alive.
Well, because Valyrian steel is rare, John was making a point that fire and dragon glass are the common things that can kill them.
So you have to then, work together rather than... I'm pretty sure there's a few houses and stuff like that, like the Tarleys.
Correct. Ooh, yeah, that's right.
Things like that. They've all got swords that are going to be capable.
Correct. Sam's like, well, better return my sword back to my father now that I don't have a need of... Oh, whoops. Shit.
Yeah.
Dad's dead.
He still doesn't know yet.
Yeah,
does he?
speaking of which, because like Bran near the end was like, oh, Daenerys Targaryen and Jon Snow are on their way to Winterfell, and Sam's like, oh, okay, cool.
So when
cool beans, man. I can see my bro
Has
again.
no idea that Daenerys, his BFF's new friggin' bitch, murdered. I should say murdered. Killed his father and brother.
I don't think you care.
Does that mean that Jon is her side bitch, or is like compared?
Ooh, good question.
Because back in the East, too, what was his name? The guy that we thought had changed actors.
Dario Naharis.
Yeah,
that's true.
And then he's got and then she's got Jorah, the "I love you" scene.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, poor Jorah. I know we're jumping ahead, but on the boat when Jon goes into the room, and you can see Tyrion from behind. I thought it was Jorah being all like friend zone.
Oh no!
Yeah. I wanted it to be Jorah. That would have been fucking awesome.
I would see the single tear roll down
Yeah,
his
single
eye.
tear. That would have been so fucking good. Oh my god.
Or he just looks over in the boat and just jumps off. He's just like, I'm out.
Dad, he was trying to. He knew as well. Jorah was like during the walk.
Yeah, he's just like,
he was like,
don't take the boat.
Don't take the boat.
It's a sex trap. Don't do it.
Don't do it, please. I love you, Khaleesi. Don't go in the boat. And she wanted it too. She was like, no, Jorah, I'm gonna bang this guy. Can you just stop fucking? What do you call it? Can you stop?
Cock blocking me.
Cock blocking me. Even though she's They're both, and he was like, oh no.
And then I'm waiting for the whole subtle. I think he needs to be the one to drop it on them that they're actually related.
Yeah. See the smirk in his face, like, yes!
Jorah's like, well, Khaleesi, I guess you can't be with Jon Snow anymore. You need another.
You need a real man.
Joke's on you, I fuck family!
Someone who's not related to you, Khaleesi. Yeah, then she would be
Sounds
like,
nothing like him.
It's totally fucking...
No.
No, Sansa, it's not enough men. It's what we have. Best Jon Snow impression.
10 out of 10.
Exactly. 9 out of 10 at least.
At least.
And then Euron just like, no, this is fucked. I'm out.
Yeah. And he totally fucking made that up.
Yeah, on the spot.
On the spot.
He didn't really sell it. He just
Yeah.
went like, I've seen things, terrible things. I've seen more things you can imagine, and this is the only thing that frightens me. Bye.
If he was serious, if Euron was being serious,
He wouldn't say anything. You just fucking leave.
and Cersei wouldn't let him. They'd all stop him and be like, traitor, you're going in a prison cell now.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Get him now. Put him in the
Exactly.
irons. Like,
Are you marrying me or are you fucking off? Because you'll die if you're fucking off.
Yeah, exactly. So it was pretty obvious that, I shouldn't say obvious, but...
There was going to
It
be
had
a
to be
plan
something.
there. Otherwise, the murderous bitch that she is.
Yeah. I can totally see where Cersei's coming from, though, in terms of just letting Daenerys and Jon deal with it and not helping.
Yeah.
Like, from a ruthless standpoint, that might actually work.
And then it's the whole Walking Dead thing. How long are they going to take before they start decomposing as they go further and further south?
I don't think they do. I think it's actually explained in the books that they stay preserved for longer when they become animated.
it's still just a body part.
Yeah. Well, and don't forget, this is magic. In The Walking Dead, it's supposed to be science fiction, I guess, like a virus or whatever. Even in The Walking Dead, a zombie would decompose in like fucking 1 week or sooner even. Like, a zombie wouldn't last for months and months just shambling around. They'd just rot off. And the Walking Dead's not realistic. Zombies are not realistic.
I've seen studies of it. No, they could. I think that one thing that...
What?
Yeah,
I think it's like 6 months or something
it's
like that.
quite a
is the
long
mag.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
So a zombie
So
walking
basically-
around in summertime in the heat wouldn't... Even their ankle wouldn't just give way, and then that's it. They can't walk anymore. All it takes is
No,
one
that can happen,
limb.
and then they will crawl. But the point is, apparently, the best way to avoid it, like to survive a zombie apocalypse, is actually let them just basically like starve out. And
6 months? That's no way can a
How-
corpse
How am I
walk
going to
around
last without internet?
without a limb. I can't even do a day.
Power,
Come on, I
like-
can't do a day without internet. No, a zombie can't walk around for 6 months without like rotting off. That's nonsense.
So, it's not like it hurts or it needs it.
No, but I'm saying they just fall apart
no,
eventually.
Eventually it would.
But you're saying 6 months a zombie could be
sometimes
still...
it can be longer, sometimes it can be less.
I'm not Bill Nye.
Oh, no one likes Bill
I
Nye
don't know.
anyway.
Yeah, no one likes Bill Nye. He's no Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Bill Nye after that gender thing.
Yeah, okay. Whoa. Oh my god.
You know what I'm talking about, though. Yeah?
I do know what you're talking about. It's just
I won an award because I'm PC now.
I thought we'd stay politically neutral until we finish the game.
The show's
of
all
Thrones.
about political.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, like apparently, yeah.
Oh my God.
You alright there?
Yeah, it's just funny. Instead of Game of Thrones political intrigue,
Bill Nye's now a character.
politically correct intrigue.
The PCI. Yeah, no, apparently, yeah, you would just have to wait it out and they'd starve to death and then you'd win.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm saying it wouldn't even last fucking 6 months. It would be like a couple of weeks until a body, especially if it was maybe during winter, but during summertime especially, a zombie walking around.
No, but then they've got to think of all of the people that then the zombies kill, turn into zombies. So
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying the older ones would eventually, the ones in the beginning,
yeah, so
and then eventually all of them would die
cities
off.
would be the most dangerous place, and then like in the first maybe 3 months, and then after that, then they would start dying out more and more and more, and there'd be less food around, and they'd start spreading out and moving from city to city, where you'd be able to go to the first city that had the initial outbreak, and there'd be less things around.
Are you talking about people now?
Sure.
I don't even... I got confused there. What are you writing? What are you writing?
Characters I like and hate.
So he's gone
Okay,
on the
I see what
list
you're
of
doing.
characters and gone like top bloke and
He's top waifu.
top waifu.
And Bran's a crippled sorcerer.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh my god.
So these are their D&D names? Or?
I hate him so much. There's no rules in the show anymore.
Yeah.
Well, at least John keeps going by his rules and oaths and be like, nah,
Yeah.
I've got someone.
What do we think of John refusing to lie and was being honest with Cersei?
Well, I think that would have been more intriguing if it actually was a lie that he said that he did kneel to her, so he didn't have to actually kneel
Fucking
to anybody.
hate the nice guys winning so
Why?
much because
Nice guys don't win.
this whole show has been about nice guys getting like destroyed and the villains like getting their comeuppance, and then there's one guy that just skates through everything untouched.
Okay. It's funny you mention that. This is my interpretation of the whole theme of good versus evil winning in Game of Thrones. I've actually thought about this. Game of Thrones is about ruthless people winning in the beginning, short term, and then in the long term, overall, what do you call the opposite of antisocial? Like,
Social.
yeah, people who don't act
Introvert or an extrovert.
people who don't act antisocially in the long term win in the end. So you can do red weddings and slaughter your enemies cheatingly. In short term you win, but overall people will get fed up with your nonsense, and then you end up like Ramsay losing in the end, or Roose, or Tywin. That's what I think Game of Thrones is about.
Yeah.
In terms of, yeah. So
Story
for you to
character.
say why is the nice guy winning, the first half of this story, of this saga, is about the Tywins and the Roose Boltons winning. The second half is about Jon Snow sticking to his morals in the end, and you have to get along to win. Like at the end of the day, people who work together. It's real life. It's not just being a nice guy. People who are antisocial lose sooner than the people who like work together.
I just don't like Jon Snow.
Okay.
In saying that, he did die.
Do you disagree with that, or like it's the same thing in Walking Dead? It's not realistic that in Apocalypse all the rapists and shit would win, and then the nice guys get killed off. In a situation like that,
You watch Walking Dead?
yeah, I'm saying it's not realistic to in real life. Like people who band together survive, and the rapists and shit who try to prey on people in the apocalypse, they'd be like, "Fuck these guys, we're done with them."
I was gonna say in The Walking Dead, all the assholes win.
Yeah, that's not realistic. But Game of Thrones, I feel like, because the reason I'm going on this rant is you're saying why is Jon like being honest and stuff, and he's winning in the end. I actually think that is realistic to the real world. People who, at the end of the day, work together and stick to their morals, win it long term, rather than being a cheat like Tywin and Roose and Walder Frey. They win short term. Disagree?
I just don't like Jon.
No, just to move this story along. Sure.
Alright. Well, do you agree with that, or you don't agree?
Yeah.
So Jon telling the truth. In that,
Well, in saying that, is it going to mean anything if he actually says, hey, we should bang and have a kid and then actually marry and do all of the things that come with that, and I'll share your dragons with you because they know me.
yeah, she's totally pregnant. I call it next season.
Everyone can get super pregnant super easily in this show.
yeah,
It's
jinx.
ridiculous. Super sperm.
It's just like teleporting. It's like, I'm pregnant now. Boom.
Yeah. Next episode, it's like, okay, they're twins. No, it's just one. Oh.
Twins in a bunk bed.
Winter is coming. He gave us 6 inches of snow.
I've seen these.
I totally made that up.
Sure.
Yeah. How many times have you seen that on Facebook in the last 3 days, let alone?
I made it up. I know what I did.
Try Cersei actually holding her stomach when she's threatened by
I'm so
Tyrion.
sick of seeing that.
Yeah,
and
not
then-
fucking subtle at all.
But when she was on the brink of death with the walker coming at her, she didn't do anything. She just sat there.
Yeah.
She didn't try and protect her stomach then.
Do you know why?
Which is why it would have been something that would have been her first thought if she was
It's a
truly
weakness.
frightened for her life.
That's why.
That's actually a good point. I was going to say just the writers forgot again, but actually
That's
to give them
literally
credit,
her biggest weakness is basically if someone gut punches her, she's out of commission.
Oh wait. Okay, I thought we're talking about different things. I thought she's trying to hide that she's pregnant, so she didn't want to act on weak and like cover her stomach. She has to maintain that she looks strong in front of people.
I just think it's a weakness. They found out she was pregnant. They'd be like, well, we can use that against you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. I totally agree with that. I'll give the writers credit with that. I thought they just forgot. But I guess.
Oh shit, she's pregnant. We did that. I hate. Once again, I'm going to reiterate. I fucking hate Tyrion doing the whole "woe is me, I'm a midget."
Why?
Because that's all he does.
He did it like twice this season, and he hasn't done it for a while.
I don't care.
It's been
And it's
most of
legitimate.
his life.
No, I understand that, but he's always doing that. It's words are your armor and shit like that, and he gets past it. He clearly hasn't gotten past it.
he's not complaining, but he's making a point when he's saying it. My interpretation was he's trying to reach out to Jamie and say, you know, it's not my fault. I had to kill. He's talking about why he killed Tywin when he says that. He's not trying to be all feel sorry for him.
No, he is, because when I see those points, it seems like he's just given up on being smart and he's using emotion.
Okay.
That's the way anyone does anything like this.
Yeah, but
you're hot. Let's bang. That's my emotion.
The whole thing is, he's the smart one who thinks about it and doesn't let emotions take over, because as soon as they do, well, you know, Daenerys burns shit. And then one time he did, he was just like, oh, I'm a midget, what was me? And then, you know, has wine with his sister.
I think he's trying to start using the emotion part as a way to get people to follow his logic. So he's always calculating different bits and pieces and saying it needs to be done this way. And the only way to make other people think the way he does is by using their emotions to change their mind.
Yeah. Which is what smart people do. Like, they're trying to appeal to their, like, self-awareness or whatever. Like, trying to get Cersei to see things my way. Yeah. Which is what he's trying to do. And he, you know, he I believe in me, like, when he says, I love those kids. He did love
he did.
Tommen and Marcella. Just fucking Joffrey's the one no one loves. Because fuck Joffrey.
Because he's a nutcase.
Yeah, he was.
He's like, I'm gonna shoot you with the crossbow, but don't worry, I won't hit you. And if I do, oh well.
Yeah. That's just one of a billion things about Joffrey. As to quote the Queen of Thorns, he really was a cunt, wasn't he?
He was. If you were to say he wasn't, you're completely wrong and you're ignorant.
Exactly. To give credit to Cersei, she didn't kill Tyrion then and there.
Straight away. Yeah, no, that's fair.
I feel like if you're gonna walk into the Lion's Den like Tyrion did in that scene, right?
Yeah.
Walk into the office with Cersei and the Mountain. Would you ask for guest right? Like, would you ask for bread and salt, the way as a custom is, so that you can't fucking kill me right now? They haven't been doing that at all since the Red Wedding.
What's that?
Like, one of the rules in the Game of Thrones universe and real medieval history is guest right. Like, when you invite someone into your home and then they eat your food and drink your wine, you can't harm each other.
No, really?
Like, does that ring a bell
like
at all?
parlay?
Yeah, it's like parlay. That's why the Red Wedding was a big deal, because the phrase broke guest right, which is sacred. Even, I don't know if you remember this, but in, I think the same episode as the Red Wedding, Bran told a story of the rat cook who killed the king's son and forced the king to eat.
I kind of remember.
Do you remember that? And then Bran said the gods punished the cook, not because he murdered the king's son, but because he broke guest right. That's what they care about. That's how sacred guest right is. Yeah. It's more important even than murder. So the point is, guest right's a sacred thing, and they haven't really mentioned it in the show since the Red Wedding. And I feel like when Jon landed in Dragonstone as Daenerys' guest, he should have been like, "Can I have some fucking bread and salt here, please?"
I haven't even had time to have a sleep or anything, and you've already stolen all of my shit and told me what I have to do.
What are you talking about?
What Jon was like, that's what she expected from Jon as soon as he arrived, rather than, you know, relax, enjoy yourself, come and see me, we'll have a talk, we'll have a meal, yada yada yada. It was like, nah, bend knee now. Steal your ship.
Why are you being proud? Don't be pride. Bend the knee to me because I'm the queen.
Fuck me. Fuck me hard.
I'm the queen. I command it. And Jorah's like, Khaleesi, no. Yeah, they totally were hot for each other this episode. I think it was really romantic. It was a powerful moment.
Yeah.
I know we're jumping ahead, but do we want to save it for later or talk about it now?
No, I'm over what we're actually seeing on the screen at the same time.
Overall, what do we have to say about the whole meeting in the Dragon Pit and showing the zombie to Cersei?
The only part I actually liked about it was like actually seeing some fear in Cersei's eyes.
Yeah.
Like, that was the main thing I got out of it. Was just like, oh, there, see? It's all about you fuck stay.
She didn't fucking care though in the end.
Oh, in the end though, because she's like, nah, fuck them. They're gonna go. We'll pretend they're gonna help them, and then they'll let them die. I'm just kind of like, are you retarded?
Yeah.
Jamie's right. He's just basically like, if they die, the White Walkers come and we die. If they kill them, they come here and we die.
Yeah.
He's like, why would you want to make enemies with not one but two people now?
Correct.
And then she's just like, oh no, we'll be alright. I've got like a secret army. I'm just like, it's the fucking point. You're gonna lose regardless.
She's dumb. She's not bright.
No, she's not. She's like, oh, I'm like my father. He was smart.
Yeah.
You're not. You're retarded. Your father's dead. He got shot in the toilet.
Yeah, exactly.
He made so many alliances and they were held together by promises that he kept.
Correct.
and he paid rather than, I don't know, I'll just pay for them. It's fine.
And what did she do with those alliances? She tried to have Marjorie fucking framed by the what do you call them? The Faith Militant, just because she was jealous of Marjorie.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how dumb that is?
It's pretty dumb.
For no reason other than being jealous because she's younger and hotter than you.
Yeah.
You ruined your family's political alliance.
Yeah.
And you got yourself fucking marched naked through King's Landing. Shame, shame, shame.
I'll pay that.
Yeah. One thing, I think the most significant thing of that scene was Jamie learning about the threat of the North and him going to join John. That's possibly the most significant thing we learned from it.
Well, how was when she was threatening to kill him?
Yeah, fucking that acting in that scene though, you could see how like his lip was trembling and he was so fucking heartbroken.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
It was like
he's just like, you actually into it, and then that's the thing. Like, why did the mountain stop? She gave the order and he just stopped. I'm just kind of like, why?
Have you noticed how ambiguous the orders are to him? Like, just a nod is like, what if she gets it wrong? Like, what if he misinterprets? All she ever does is an upwards nod or a downwards nod. Oh shit! I didn't mean you to kill him.
She sneezes and he just fucking like chokes the guy next to her. It's like, no, I need him. I know. Oh, he's dead.
She fucking coughs up a furball and the man rapes her.
Hang on.
What's the doctor's name?
Kyburn.
Yeah, Kyburn. That's great. That's the guy.
Forgive me, your grace.
High fives Kyburn and he just like stamps on his head.
She high fives him while he's holding the White's hand. He uses the White's hand to high five.
I'm pretty sure it was to do
Gangster, your grace.
with like a up down nod, like a proper nod.
Yeah.
Is like, yes, don't kill him, and the shake was, no, definitely kill him, which makes no sense.
When she tags her ear 3 times, that means make me a fucking frappuccino or something.
He's like a big robot.
Exactly.
And if I'm staring at someone and I don't actually say anything, I want you to actually kill them.
Yeah, it's so fucking hilarious. Yeah.
Apart from that, that's all I got out of that scene, was Jamie finally, after 7 seasons, realised his sister's a crazy bitch.
And he's got a good point when he says, I've all you've got, you fucking dumb fuck.
Yeah, he is.
Like, you've got no one else, and you're gonna ostracize your only ally, and your lover, and the father of your unborn child.
Yeah.
I thought you loved me. Unless it's Euron's kid, and then she knows that, and she's gone, yeah, no, I don't fucking care or need you. By the way, been fucking him.
Yeah.
You know what I thought? Why didn't Bronn go with Jamie?
I guess...
Because he couldn't be in this.
Because to be fair, like, Bronn's like, I want to be in the surviving side. If Jamie's like, they're not going to go help them, wouldn't Bronn be like, cool, I'll go with the chick with the dragons?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I think the writers forgot again.
Because I legit thought, like, that's the thing, like, Jamie's the one thing that's holding Bronn around. And if he goes, cool, I'm living King's Landing, do you want to stay with my bitch crazy sister? He'd be like, no.
Yeah.
Straight up, he'd be like, I'll join the chick with the dragons.
Correct. You made a good point. Not only is it about joining the winning side, like the living, also Daenerys could make fucking promises to him after the war is over.
Yeah.
Like, he fucked up there. Or the writers fucked up in terms of forgetting about it.
That's the first thing I noticed. I'm kind of like, where's your best bud?
Where's Edmure Tully and the Riverlords? Forgot about...
They're all dead for no reason.
They're all dead for no reason. That's ridiculous. He better be in the last season, at least. Because he's like the Lord of the Riverlands now. Especially with Walder Frey dead again.
It could be that they just wanted to do that whole... Jamie goes off on his own... He ends up getting in a situation where he might die, and Bronn just jumps in and saves his ass again.
Yeah.
And be like, you know what? I'm fucking out after this time. Give me my castle. Give me my gold. I'm out.
That's why he should join Daenerys, because she can give him that shit.
Yeah.
Her, and together with Tyrion, who's, you know, an old friend of Bronn. And that was a nice moment there.
He did pay his debt back to Bronn immediately, too, when they got back. Remember he rescues him in, like, season 2 from the Moon Door?
Yeah. When they got back to
that's right.
He's just like...
So he's literally, so far, the only Lannister that's paid his debt.
Yeah. Oh, to be fair, Jamie did give him that bag of gold after the siege of Highgarden.
He ended up losing.
But that's his fault. He lost the money. Jamie did give it to him. So, yeah.
He had to fight a fucking dragon. It's not like he
lost
it on purpose. But it was... I'd passed it to you. It was now a part of your things to take care of.
If we have a transaction and then I paid you for our transaction and then you later dropped your wallet and you lost your money, that's your own fault.
No, I didn't get a receipt. You still haven't paid me.
Oh. Just type in the comments as well. Don't forget.
Yeah.
When you do your return.
Yeah. No, did you take my details down? Because I didn't get a receipt. Like, unless you've got a record of me getting the money. Yeah, no, you didn't pay me.
Sorry, sir. That's not the same credit card that you used to make the transaction.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. Where are we up to now? Yeah, we're talking about the Winterfell plot. Meh.
We've spoken about Sam and Bran getting back together.
Yeah.
And that was
the final. I mean, it was revealed at the end of season 6, but this is like the verbal reveal that Jon's the son of Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark. What did we think of the scene?
But it gives Bran more of the things so he can go back and check and actually tells him more fact and say, no, hang on, they actually were unwed and then wed.
Yeah.
To be able to have...
It confirms that Jon is the true heir to the Iron Throne. He's not a bastard.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a beautiful scene, like the music and like Lyanna and Rhaegar.
That was like that made me really happy. Actually,
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, this is a really nice scene, just because like he didn't rape it. They did love each other very much.
The way Bran phrased it, he loved it. It was really touching.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Rhaegar did not look fucking handsome. And
I thought he looked like the guy from season 1.
Yeah, he does look like.
Is that Daenerys' brother?
Yeah, like they're all siblings. Rhaegar's the eldest, and then the middle one's Viserys, who got the golden crown by Khal Drogo. Yeah. That's the one you're saying they look like each other. Rhaegar.
Yeah, I thought it was the same actor. That's why I got confused. I was just like, wait, he didn't marry her. Like, this is very confusing.
It was obviously it's clearly delivered by the writers. They wanted to have like them look like brothers, so Rhaegar looked like Viserys. Yeah. I think it's the way they styled their hair. That's what made them look alike.
It looked identical.
Yeah. But Rhaegar should have been more handsome and more.
If they had just done like a Legolas, like long blonde hair, like just straight.
But also tall and strapping and warrior-like.
Yeah.
He looked kind of weedy. Rhaegar.
That's what I thought. Yeah. That's what I thought.
He looked like Viserys, exactly. Yeah. He looked like weedy fucking
Nerd.
Viserys. It's all I wanted. I just wanted my crown. Danny, please, no. He was great in season 1. I loved the actor who played Viserys was great. But what did you think of what? Because I know you haven't read the books, Jack, but
no.
Rhaegar's supposed to look like this dashing, silver-haired prince knight with big and strapping, and does he look like a princess's dream? In
saying that, Jaime himself isn't really huge, but he's effective.
Jaime looked dashing in season 1 too when he had the long
hair.
He looked like the prince from Shrek 2.
King Arthur. Oh, no, that's right, Prince Charming.
Prince Charming, yeah. Yeah, Rhaegar didn't look. He should, as I said, he should look like Legolas mixed with Aragorn. That's how I imagine Rhaegar to look.
Yeah, okay.
Does he look like that?
No, he doesn't look like that. But I haven't read a description of what he should have looked like, so fair. I'm okay with how they did it. He looks similar to his brother, so that's fine. But it was nice to know that they got married and they both wanted to get married. Correct. And she looked very, very happy and it wasn't this huge, big rape thing. Correct.
Although Bran is wrong by saying Robert's rebellion was built on a lie. No, it wasn't built on a lie because the Mad King still fucking murdered Rickard Stark and Brandon Stark.
Yeah.
And Rhaegar and Lyanna, fair enough, they got married willingly, but they didn't fucking tell anyone.
Yeah.
So,
they all just assumed he kidnapped her.
Exactly. So Robert's rebellion is still absolutely legitimate. Anyway,
and then,
what was the deal? What's going through Lyanna Stark's mind, by the way, in terms of
Yeah, that's very. So not only is it selfish, like you love to be selfish for life, right? We'll give him that. But at the same time, why don't you just tell him?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why is it a big secret love affair? It's like, oh, he was in love.
Correct.
They got abstained, and then now we're in love. But let's hide it and start a war.
Correct. Rhaegar, do you think we should send my brother a raven to let him know that I'm okay?
Yeah, and the other thing's like, what?
Let's bang
why does why is she saying to Ned, don't tell anyone like he's a Targaryen?
Oh, that makes sense.
Why?
Because the Targaryens were overthrown. Robert Baratheon hated the Targaryens. As soon as Robert Baratheon finds out that Jon is the son of the woman he was in love with, plus the man who fucking raped her, his worst enemy.
But at the same time, it's Ned's.
Yeah, like Robert shouldn't have the right to touch Jon, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I guess it's not worth the risk. It's still too risky.
I don't know, because like at the same time, it's still he's still half Stark, and at the same time, if you go Ned, you look after and raise him as a Stark, there shouldn't be a problem.
But the idea is that Robert is like, he's a alpha male type. They're dumb fucks in that era. They're not reasonable.
No, I get it. I just don't. It seemed like it was too secretive for the sake of being secretive for me.
To be fair, we don't know the full story, and this is true to the books, and like the writers of the show might be, dumb fucks, but George R. R. Martin, I have faith in.
Yeah,
and
to
I trust
really
him
bring it out.
to bring it out. There's got to be more to it that we'll find out later on in the books.
Yeah. I hope so.
I think so. What did you think of
Yeah, well,
overall?
no, I'm happy for the way it ended up for that part. Yeah, I understand the whole keeping everything a secret, because if they actually did realize towards the end of like all of this shit going down, not necessarily because of them getting hitched and disappearing for so long, sex for love, the happy honeymoons phase. Correct. Oh, hang on, wait, what do you mean everyone believes I was kidnapped? Oh, yeah, no, I'm fine. That's good.
We should probably send the Raven. Let's just have sex a few more times.
You mean
we'll just make it all better.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I have to walk upstairs after all that?
Thousands of people are dead. Let's fuck again.
we will send the Raven, Liana. Just sniff this rag first, and then we'll get back to no. But we learned something about Jon's true name. His real name is Aegon Targaryen. Isn't that's not a big reveal to you?
I didn't understand why everyone was so like, oh my god.
He was named after Aegon the Conqueror himself. Like, it's significant.
That makes sense.
He's the heir to the Iron Throne. He's Aegon Targaryen, the conqueror of Westeros, and also
so there's a good and a bad Aegon now, is there?
There's like 6 King Aegons, and like some of them were good and some of them were bad, just like real life. That's what I love about
like
Game of
Henrys
Thrones
and Louis. And...
Correct, exactly. You've got good kings, you've got insane kings, and you've got average kings.
Yeah.
Even Maester Aemon's younger brother was King Aegon V. His name was Aegon. Do you remember Maester Aemon calling out to Egg back in season 5 before he died? His younger brother.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. But some people are theorizing, and I think this is actually true. In the books, Jon's real name might actually be Aemon, not Aegon.
Yeah. I heard that.
Yeah. And that's cool because remember, Aemon was Jon's mentor back during the Night's Watch. Yeah. And all this time, Jon was named after him. Yeah. Isn't that a fucking cool reveal?
Because that would be much better, just because he would feel something for a mentor rather than just some dude that burned people to death for sacrifice.
And also because Rhaegar already had a son named Aegon. Yeah. So it would make sense for his next son he'd name him after Maester Aemon. Yeah. Because Rhaegar and Maester Aemon were in contact. Yeah. Before Rhaegar was killed, they were sending letters to each other. Yeah.
Personally, would love that because he would totally own the new name as well.
Correct. Oh, are we talking about Aemon?
Aemon.
Yeah.
Aemon. He would own that and be happily able to.
Correct. Whereas Aegon, he feels no connection to.
Yeah.
Even in the books, in the first book, there's this line where Jon is thinking, and he's like, "I'm no Maester Aemon." Yeah. He says like that, and then it's like now in retrospect, his true name is Aemon. Oh shit!
Fucking this whole show was full circle.
But the writers aren't thinking that far ahead.
Some people are saying the writers made it Aegon just to like simplify the story, but it would still be simple to name him after the Maester.
I was gonna say, wouldn't it be someone he respected?
And that the audience knows, like as an audience of the series, people know who Maester Aemon is.
Yeah, we know Aegon. We've never seen him or had any contact with him, so we have no real development for him. Correct. And then you've got Aemon, who's been in him for multiple seasons and mentored him. So
correct. And even Jon, I don't know if we mentioned it in the show, but in the books, Jon admired Prince Aemon the Dragon Knight, who's another Aemon. You know how there's millions of Aemons. Yeah. He's a historical Kingsguard knight who was a Targaryen, and Jon idolized him. So, like, the reveal that his name is Aemon as well. Like, he always wanted to
after his childhood hero.
Yeah, after his childhood hero and after the Maester of the Night's Watch, it would have been.
I would have been a lot happier with that, to be honest.
The love scene between him and Daenerys.
On the boat. Yeah. Saw it a mile away. And then Tyrion's weird, like... I'm not sure if it's like, if he's kind of like... Is he like, I don't want to join, or is it, I'm worried that you're doing this, or it's weirdest look. I'm just kind of like, I don't know what the fuck. He's like, is he like all over one? He's just like, I want to fuck you, but I'm worried about it.
You do realise that an aunt, a nephew, and a dwarf is something we've all got. Yes!
So, an aunt, a nephew, and a dwarf walks into a
I
bar.
was gonna say it's literally like it's a Targaryen, a Stark, and a Lannister.
Someone's totally Pornhub that. Totally.
Top searches. Midget dragon wolf porn.
I wanted to be Jorah. Really, that would have been so fucking hilarious.
This isn't where I park my
Beat
dire
the
wolf.
man down further.
Yes! That would have been good. I think Tyrion was just concerned, because remember the whole Dario thing in season
Yeah, I
one?
remember, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, you can't be with fucking Dario anymore. So now he's like, ooh. Like,
That's
as
right.
a political...
He's still stuck in that pyramid, so...
As a political marriage, Jon and Daenerys, what do we think of it? Because he is the king in the north, but he's also a bastard, like, as far as they know.
That's the other thing, is like, how can... They can't prove it. Once again... It's just Magic Man.
Yes! Fucking, I love Bran and his trustworthiness.
Sam, he
It's
can.
No, but same thing. It didn't say who. It's all conjecture.
Yeah. But if Sam has enough information, he will go back through and find those
The diary.
bits. Yeah, he'll find the diary. He'll find.
Do you reckon he wrote down who he actually married? Because if he did, then it would make more sense.
Here's my question. Do you think that the story will actually go towards people learning about Jon's parentage and Jon sitting on the Iron Throne, or is it just more of the magic side of it? Like, there's some theories that no one will ever find out about his parentage, but just the union of ice and fire, that's the point of his parentage. No one will know he's the heir, he'll never sit the Iron Throne, but he has the blood of the Targaryens and the Starks, or do we actually think that he'll sit on the Iron Throne and people will know?
I would honestly prefer it if he did sit on the Iron Throne, but only because other people wanted him there without actually knowing where he came from.
What do you mean?
So
People wanted him to lead because of his character and not because of his heritage.
Correct.
Yeah.
So no one ever finds out or proves that he is actually a Targaryen.
It could just stay within like Sam, Bran, and...
I see.
But he ends up on the throne even though no one knows.
Despite, like, or in spite of his blood,
So,
he ends up there because people like him.
So say Daenerys dies.
I hope so.
No. Forget about Daenerys dying.
No. And then he is still able to control the dragons.
Yeah.
He is the one to finally, the Phantom Menace all of the White Walkers. and then, like, everyone dies.
Avengers.
And then he ends up on the Iron Throne.
Yeah.
Purely because everyone wants him there.
Yeah.
And then of his character as well, he would be an amazing ruler.
Yeah.
And he's placed there before anyone actually goes, we don't know what we've just done.
Put another Targaryen back on the throne.
Yeah, and then like...
We've gone full circle, guys!
Jon's like, burn them all. Burn them all. Burn them all. Your Grace, what do you want us to do with these spare DVDs? I think your cousin wanted to watch some copies of Twin Peaks. What did you want to do? Burn them all. Burn them all. Sire, we've got this ants nest invading the Red Keep. What do we want to do about the ants? Burn them all.
It's a massive magnifying glass.
Why didn't he give himself a new name like Barol or something like that?
Oh my god.
Hodor, Barol.
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 Burn them
Barol.
all.
Barol.
Well, you make a joke about that, but obviously one of the theories is that Bran travelled back in time into the Mad King's mind and caused him to go burn them all
And then literally...
Fucking Bran,
Yes. So
I hate him so much.
I just had
Why does everyone think he can do everything? And he's done everything.
Because just like the Sorcerer Supreme, he doesn't follow his own rules.
Bran's like, I had a vision, everyone. I am the heir to the Iron Throne.
Yes! He's just like, I was Rhaegar, I was Aegon, by the way, I'm also the Night King, or I'm also in your head, John, fucking your new aunt. It's just like, what the fuck can't this cunt do?
Yeah, it's so fucking awesome. Yeah.
Well, speaking of, that actually brings it back to actually a comment that we had earlier from Renee with the White King actually the Night King knowing. So I keep calling him that. Yeah. Racist.
Whoa.
So we've gone opposites now. So we've gone from day to night with the White and Night, having visions and stuff like
Grand
that.
Dragon of the White Walkers.
Supreme Overlord.
Instead of burning crosses, burning a 7-point star in Charlottesville.
Oh,
Anyway, go on. What were you saying?
It's like the Crucible.
Like, did he have a vision or anything that would meet, like, the Night King's having a vision to say that the dragons were going to come to rescue them, so that's why they weren't ambushed on that little ice island.
It's very much plausible, and if it is true, that's giving the writers a pass, because it looked really fucking contrived, that whole story.
Waiting for the ice
That's
to
the other thing
freeze
as well. I
over.
was like, I hate this theory, but at the same time, there's a little bit of plausality to it. Is like
Plausality.
Bran
it's a Bran now.
is
Yeah.
the Night King.
yeah, because that's the
No.
thing. Like he knows everything's happening on one side and the other side.
Okay, this is what I'll say to this theory. Part of ice magic is premonitions, green seeing, like Bran, right?
Yeah.
If the Night King is, the fucking head ice demon, the White Walker, it's totally possible that they have ice magic the same way the Starks do and the Northmen do. He totally could have the same green seeing, weirwood tree abilities of Bran. They both use ice magic.
Well,
So you're thinking the Night King sees through Bran instead.
Or maybe even further, maybe the whole premonition shit. Bran saw that Littlefinger put a knife
To Ned.
and there's no fucking weirwood tree in the fucking Red
Anyway,
Keep
yeah.
near the Iron Throne.
see, that brings it. What my
hate him.
thing with that was
Such-
following a lot with the different theories that are currently going around with Bran being the Night King because
shit
he's gone. Yeah, pretty much. Because he's gone back in time so much and he's stayed there too long. Things like when the tree people put the dragon glass inside one of them to create a White Walker.
Yeah.
And
It was implied that was the Night King.
that was
Yeah,
the Night
that's
King
the
itself,
implication.
one of the first.
It was the same
first
actor,
people.
like
Yeah.
without the makeup.
Yeah,
So
Oh, that's pretty cool.
pre-dance moves too. I've seen his Instagram.
really,
There
Yeah.
was a Snapchat that was something that was
The
going
guy who
around.
plays
yeah,
the-
yeah. He was like
He's like
getting
some
all his
Russian
makeup
dude, right?
on, and he was like dancing
That's
around
awesome.
it. Anyway,
ice,
baby, do.
under pressure. Same bass line. Anyway,
Yeah, so he was seeing that moment of time and stayed there for so long, but when the shard actually went inside, Bran almost felt the same pain. He still clutched his chest.
yeah.
And that could just be a reactionary thing of people
Yeah.
going, oh shit, that would have hurt. But it might have been that he's staying there so long he's starting to feel it. And if he was to constantly keep visiting different parts along his timeline, it might be a point where he gets trapped. And that's where, when the Night King touched Bran through one of the visions, that's where someone has gone through the whole, maybe he is the Night King.
Yeah.
That's why he has all of these visions. He knows everything that's going to happen. He's also, because he's part of a person that's been through all time.
So just so I understand the theory, because I've never looked into it, it sounds like nonsense to me, but from what I understand, he travels back in time into the body of whoever the Night King was, and then through there,
Yeah.
in the past, he
Follows
follows the Night King's life
And then once you get trapped,
to the modern day.
so he's been following his life.
Yeah,
The longer you follow someone,
you stay inside.
yeah, the more you stay with that person.
Correct,
And then, which is what the original the past
Yeah.
3 Raven had said,
Yeah.
was that if you stay too long in the past, you'll drown.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's happened. Bran has now become that. Well,
But then it's
that's
not
what
truly
one of the
Bran.
theory
If
is.
that's, if,
Yeah.
it's
that's the
it's
thing,
just
he-
Bran's consciousness being absorbed by the Night King, essentially.
Well, yeah, he did go full robotic.
Bran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is now a Terminator.
John,
so
I saw you having sex with your aunt. You were so beautiful.
I cried.
But
with it.
I cried.
That's the other thing I
You
don't
were
like is
so beautiful.
how
having sex
cryptic
with your
is
aunt.
how cryptic is Bran when he gets there to, I'm gonna help you kill someone.
What?
Bran, so when he first gets here, he's like, I'm the Thread Revan, I saw you get raped by Ramsay. That's all he says to him.
Yeah.
And then, like, 2 episodes later, oh, by the way, I'm going to help you capture a murderer. The fucking Scooby-Doo! Like,
What,
no,
Littlefinger?
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Like, he's never given him any helpful piece of
Straight
advice.
answers, yeah.
Ever. He's not given him one. He said, I can say that you got raped, and I can say that Ari's got a list.
Yeah.
But he's never actually given him, like, oh, by the way, John's like a Targaryen. Or something like that.
Yeah,
something
why is he
useful.
telling anyone?
And then
anything?
all of a sudden, they're just BFFs, one big family, and he's like, I've got all this dirt on Littlefinger, let's
Yeah.
get him. I'm like,
Yeah.
where did this come from?
Yeah,
Where
what-
did this massive revelation occur? I hate this!
Littlefinger, I saw you hold a knife to my father's throat. You were so beautiful. So beautiful.
You threatened my father.
I've seen the 4th name down on the 2nd column. He is so beautiful.
Can't stand him.
Oh, Bran's awesome.
So
I'm the
he's really
three-eyed
not.
raven now. What do you mean? Like, you said that there was another three-eyed raven. It's hard to explain.
That's not.
No,
He
it's
died. I took his job.
Correct.
How hard is that to explain?
So fucking drunk. Okay, Brad, I've had enough of your nonsense. I'm gonna go now. I'll wait here. You were so beautiful.
Oh, fuck it.
Bran, what's your favorite song by James Blunt? You're so beautiful.
Oh, that was pretty
I
bad.
love Bran. John, you were fucking your aunt, who's more than your aunt by blood. Going back 3 generations of incest. The two of you were so beautiful. Oh yeah, alright. But look, that was... What do we think of Jon and Daenerys as a couple? Like, in terms of the inbredness, the incest?
I think they won't.
Does it bother?
I don't.
How do you two think about it? And then how do you think the characters will think about it?
I don't care.
Like for me, yeah, sure, whatever. It was something.
What?
Huh? Like
You're generally okay.
Like,
I'm okay with it. I don't care.
I am okay.
You don't
with
care in the
this.
sense that you don't care that Littlefinger is a sex slaver, like because you're a monster, or you don't care as in you're fine with it.
I'm fine with it.
Okay. You?
Yeah, no,
monster.
totally okay with it. I'd run my own brothel.
Because they're more than just like in terms of blood, like they're more than just aunt and nephew. Like Rhaegar and Daenerys, their parents were brother and sister, and then their grandparents were brother and sister. So genetically speaking, they're like incredibly related.
They're so fucked. They can actually touch dragons and live. And
Dragons are being a metaphor.
sure.
Put your dragon in my den.
The Night King with his new dragon. Can I join in too?
No, threads are
Be
crap.
careful. It's cool to the touch.
Cheered. Fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger's
no.
Ice to see
Ice
you.
to see you.
Ice to see.
Three's a crowd, but 2.5's fine.
So we're okay with them as a couple.
Yeah.
Do you think Jon will be disgusted?
No, I don't.
I don't think he'll be disgusted.
I
think he'll be like concerned.
He'll be concerned, but he's also a person that follows his own heart and
Yeah,
does what
that's
he
true.
believes is right.
Do we think she will care? Because even though it's normal in the Targaryen family,
She's
to
like
practice
the
incest, she's not
black
used to
sheep.
it, though.
She wants to be the outcast.
Well, she wasn't. She didn't grow up in the Targaryen
Ways, yeah.
Ways. She was
Yeah.
just raised in the east with her brother.
Yeah.
Like away from that.
I don't think that she would care.
I think they just love. We'll just
So they
chop
love
it
each
down.
other.
They just love each other. And like in the end, they'll just be like, we'll raise a kid and we'll make sure it's not fucked up.
Well, one thing that I've complained about, even in the books, this is a problem in the books, not just the show, like the fact that the Targaryens inbreed so much and there's no obvious genetic, like other than madness.
There's
here
no
and there,
Joffreys.
There's no 6 fingers or like drooling or like there's no like king.
I understand.
King Charles of Spain.
Genetic mutations.
Yeah, King Charles of Spain, the real life king, was so fucking inbred. His fucking jaw was poking out and he couldn't speak. He was like, no.
Yeah.
He was stupid.
Yeah.
He was like he looked like a fucking mongoloid.
Yeah, I get it.
And this is ridiculous. Even in the universe, for a universe that's supposed to be realistic, they should have had Targaryens with fucking 3
They ride dragons, don't forget
4
this.
heads and stuff. Targaryen.
4-headed dragon, red
4-headed
dragons.
Targaryen. A Targaryen with like fucking 20 arms. Yeah, don't you think that?
Sure.
Yeah, 20-armed Targaryens is happening. Fucking just octopus men everywhere.
A fucking Targaryen with like 9 tails.
First one to finally get wings. They're just big
Exactly.
hands.
I found a shell. It's just like my old one, but this one had a raccoon in it.
Some of the Targaryens were born with wings, like historically, but it's implied that it's magic. That's why they were born like that, like a magical disorder.
I fucking hate the Targaryens. I just got everything.
You hate
down.
Bran,
just
you
just
hate the Targaryens.
completely
I just hate
aside.
Bran because he's just fucked.
Yeah.
Sorcerer Supreme. Was Jon who she was expecting to see?
Yeah, they totally.
100%.
Yeah, they were into each other for ages.
Oh, goody. And he's like, I don't know if I should be here.
What a fucking boss, though.
Hey.
Yeah, he's like,
Are you
knock
gonna-
the
and
who's
then-
there? Time to fuck.
And then she just opens the door further and is like, are you coming in? But she kind of looks like she's scared about whether or not the answer was yes.
They're nervous because they feel like they shouldn't be doing this.
Ooh, we're going to be
they've got
awkward
bigger-
little lovers. Yeah. And then he's like,
So his face is just so confusing. Is
He
it
looks-
like jealousy or
and he
worry?
looks annoyed.
Yeah,
Doesn't he
that's
look
it.
like it's just like, I'm over this? just fucking.
Yeah, but that's John. John's all like a fucking party pooper. He's no Bron, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's all like, I shouldn't be doing this. He's all fucking relax, have a beer.
That would
Jesus
be a
fucking
fucking
Christ.
winches or
Yeah.
something.
I'm still not done with John and.
No, are you?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Jesus, man.
I want an 8th finger on at least 6 toes.
No, just like I was just gonna say, it was beautiful the way the wedding of Rhaegar and Lyanna and Bran's voiceover was intersect with Daenerys and Jon, because it shows the romance between them, but also how fucking awkward it is that they're related.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was a beautiful piece of editing and like storytelling.
I'll pay the segue.
Yeah, as much as like I've hated this season, and Game of Thrones hasn't been that great since season 4, that was a beautiful piece of storytelling. Like,
Yeah.
do you disagree?
I'm really, really happy with how that part turned out, because it completely reversed my decision on how I felt about that part, because the whole time I'd been thinking that she had been raped.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, cool. Because
Well, that's what everyone like got told. So.
Yeah, it was always ambiguous.
The world's worst Chinese whisper game. Like, starts a war.
Bravosi whisper game. Just trying, I don't know.
What?
Yeah.
So are we skipping ahead to Blue Eyes White Dragon?
Yeah. Okay.
I was right about there being fire.
Why
Yes, you were, and I'm really happy with how it turned out.
is that fire or is it?
It's fire.
It
But
has
is
to
this
be,
coloured blue?
yeah.
which means it's hotter.
Would a dragon resurrected by ice magic fucking breathe fire?
Alright, so here's what I said. Alright, this is what I think I said to the other guys was...
No, 100%
You've got-
fire.
Yeah, you've got 2 ways that the dragon could come back as either a White Walker dragon or just the undead dragon.
Yeah.
If it was undead, it would be fire. If it was a White Walker dragon, it would be ice, because it has ice powers like the White Walkers.
Okay, but the implication is that when something is resurrected with ice magic, which is the way that the White Walkers use their magic, like, would it still breathe fire? I mean, the fucking Night King is sitting on its back. Shouldn't fire be...
But doesn't he, like, he does, I don't think can he control his powers? I think he exudes ice consistently.
Yeah, maybe I think he's just like Mr. Freeze or something.
Everything he touches has to freeze.
Ice to see you.
No, because
no, just being near fire. I mean, why is it blue? If it was just a white, it doesn't make sense. Either it's a true undead dragon, and the fire would still be red, or it's been icified by the ice magic.
But if it was to be ice, it wouldn't really be knocking down the wall as effectively as it is.
Exactly. So
So it has to be
that's
fire.
for the sake of the story, though. But I'm talking about in real, like if we're applying the rules of this universe.
I love how anyone says, hey, I believe this is, in real life.
Not real. I shouldn't have said that. I mean the rules of the universe.
Yeah.
If either.
No, I understand. So the thing with dragons is, because I did a lot of research years ago about them. Anyway, so basically they have
Okay.
No, it's weird.
Back when I was a 12-year-old girl,
That's right.
my
no,
unicorn was a dragon.
They have it like.
I was doing a science project on Komodo dragons.
That's it. They breathe fire too. You just put a fucking like gas in their mouths, put a lighter to them, and when they spit at you.
Exactly. Apparently they're really fucking dangerous. Like
Yeah, I've seen them. They're fucking mental.
So
up close.
Yeah, at a zoo.
Do they fucking run? Are they fast? I feel like I could outrun a Komodo dragon.
So I don't know, but
Can
I've
you
seen
outrun
the cunts climb trees,
Dunno.
so they're not like a bear.
Can you outrun a crocodile? I feel like
You can outrun a crocodile,
Yeah,
yes.
they're not
Otherwise, Steve Irwin would be out of a job much earlier than he was.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ!
crikey, that was too soon.
Crikey, that's a stinger. Yeah, so you're both.
Shut to the heart!
Jesus Christ!
You
Now,
man the stingray.
enough time has passed. It's fine. So you guys are okay with the dragon breathing fire?
Yeah,
Yes.
so all I basically got out of it was he brought it
It would
back.
still be red. I get what you're saying. It would either still be red fire or it would be an ice dragon, and it would be like,
Yeah.
if it's got the blue eyes and shit.
I'm just gonna assume that basically, yeah, he brought it back as an undead dragon. We can say that for sure. And then basically every dragon has an ignition system in its chest and its throat, which causes it. So even if it's like it's dead and frozen, it can still breathe fire if
Okay.
you were to resurrect a dragon.
Okay.
That's the point of it.
Using ice magic, the
Yes.
magic of the north.
I think
of
it's
ice.
that's the thing. They never explain the ice magic properly. So like we can just say like, yeah, he can resurrect them, but does he ever actually put ice in them?
Yeah.
So this is it's so ambiguous that you don't
It is
really
ambiguous,
you don't
yeah.
really find out what his true powers are. Like we just have to assume that
Yeah.
we go. We'll say if they did it because it shows the contrast of he's got a dragon, so now it's blue, and she's
Yeah,
got a
that's
dragon,
I
so it's
understand.
red.
I'll let it go. Yeah.
We have to say it's like that
Yeah.
because otherwise we don't know. Because it's definitely not us. We know that for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking powerful. Like just takes down that goddamn wall like it's
Yeah.
nothing.
But is it the whole? He's given it extra strength, an extra firepower that's made it. So it's
Yeah,
become
the blue flame's hotter. Yeah.
So it, in terms of that, it's got more power than it had before because it was the runt of the lot,
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
and he's now become stronger than even Drogon.
Well, that's what we have
Yeah.
to find out when they fight.
Yeah.
So.
And now that's why. The
Otherwise,
flame
are they on
blue.
par, or is it like... Because he has to basically take on 2 dragons. And then, yeah, your theory might be right, because let's think about it. Like, if he, for the story's sake, if he has to take on 2 dragons, we'll say he's powered up.
Yeah.
I predict that he's gonna fight like first he'll fight Rhaegar and kill Rhaegar, and then it'll just be Drogon versus
Yeah, Daenerys on Drogon,
Yeah,
the Night King on
versus the Night King.
Viserion.
That's the only way to make it even. Otherwise,
Yeah.
they're not gonna have 2 versus 1 at the same time.
Yeah. Or John's fucking got his own, he's doing whatever he wants
That's
to
true.
do.
He'll write his father's namesake,
Yeah.
So,
So,
yeah.
like, yeah, he'll take Rhaegar, whatever it is.
Rhaegal.
Yeah.
With an L
And do
in it.
his own thing and help,
Yeah.
I don't know, some other side of the war or something.
I have a question now. If the Night King was just planning on melting the wall with his fire,
Yeah.
why did they go to Eastwatch by the sea? Why didn't they just
the
go
furthest,
straight?
like the,
the
little furthest point. from
Exactly.
there, yeah.
If this is the whole point of Eastwatch as
It was against
a
the sea,
location,
wasn't it?
yeah, the whole point is to guard the ocean around it.
Yeah.
That's why there's an important fort
Yeah.
at Eastwatch
Yeah.
because wildlings can sail a boat around.
Correct.
the
Yeah,
wall.
that's why you even
That's the
see
whole
it.
point.
When I saw it, I'm kind of like this. I get why Eastwatch is the least guarded because no one's gonna fucking sail a boat in the middle of winter to like that side.
Sorry, say that again.
Like that's why when in the scene you actually see Eastwatch like properly.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's cool. And then in my head, I was like, now I understand why like that's the least guarded. Because
No, it's an important. What are you talking about? It shouldn't be least guarded. After Castle Black, it's the most guarded.
what's the one's the least? There's one that's got next to none, and then
At the moment, I'm going by the books again. At the moment, there's only 3 castles that are being guarded, even though there's 17 in total. Castle Black, it's literally, if that's
so I'm talking about the wall.
yeah, I know. At the moment, it's just Castle Black, which is dead in the middle. Eastwatch is there, and then you've got the Shadow Tower there. Just literally, that makes sense, doesn't it? Those are the
Yeah,
3
no, I just
guard.
can't remember which season it was where John's like we need to send more troops to one of them because there's like nothing there.
I can't remember which castles.
I think that's the one that the fucking
Yeah, there. If you have a look, the whole point of Eastwatch as a
It's the sea, yeah. I
it's
get it,
people. Wildlings will sail. If you can't go over a wall, what are you going to do? You're going to sail around. You're going to go to the sides and go around the wall.
Yeah.
So my point is, why the fuck did the Night King bother melting the
furthest
wall,
point from
going
where
the
they are.
furthest point away from Castle Black from Winterfell?
Yeah.
Why would you go by the sea and then just melt the wall?
Yeah.
That goes back to my thing of saying you want the most amount of soldiers possible. So if you start from the furthest point away from where you want to go, and then you work your way in, you will get all of the people that you want for your army.
I get that too, but in saying that, that's more prep time for the enemy.
That's so weird. Like for me, melting the wall at Eastwatch is like breaking down a door that's like already open. Like that's like breaking a wall next to a door that's unlocked.
Yeah.
That is,
It's
I
fucking
understand the
weird.
analogy,
Like,
yeah.
why would you fucking melt the wall by the... You'd go straight to Castle Black, which is dead in the middle of Westeros, and you can
Yeah.
march straight down.
the door was open, Mr. Break Everything.
What do you guys are okay with that? Melting the wall by the...
Yeah,
If you go next to a door, you're gonna smash down a wall right next to a door with a fucking axe.
That's the same thing as all the Suicide Squad came out of Eastwatch as well, so they're kind of just like, alright, everything's at Eastwatch now. So.
Oh, maybe that's why, just to have Tormund and Beric show up. I mean, what do you think,
yeah.
Jack?
Well,
Did you acknowledge that at all, that they melted the wall by the fucking opening?
Not really.
Going around it.
it's going to be the hardest point to fix.
What?
To fix something that actually goes out into the water,
Yeah.
made of ice, it's going to be ridiculously hard to actually rebuild that part of the wall. So it
I don't
means
think they're
they've got...
planning on an end game. They're just gonna blitz their way through Westeros, and there'll be no humans left. It's not gonna be.
I hope!
It's not gonna be about.
I
looting
want the
or-
Night King to win.
Yeah, that'd be fucking awesome.
It would be.
I want him to have 2 dragons.
I want the Night King, aka Bran, to win.
Fuck Bran, man. Fuck fucking hate him.
And an undead Littlefinger will rise up and join the
that'd be
Grand
great.
Army.
At any rate, yeah, Littlefinger needs to come back.
Yeah.
And
He's whispering in the Night King's ear.
the Night King's getting visions purely because he's touched Bran, and so he knows where shit's meant to go down. He
Night
knows where
King
the
touches
He
weakest.
touched
boys.
himself. He touched himself. When I think about you, I touch
Do
my-
I look Catholic to you?
He's got the Pope crown on.
Yeah.
It was a sick sequence though, like the dragon melting the it was amazing CGI. The wall looked sick.
It just went to town on it.
Yeah,
And it
the
just
army
crumbled.
of the dead looked awesome. And even the giants just standing there, like they're gonna face an army of giants as well as human,
Yeah.
human. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well,
There should have been animal whites. That's what bothered me. There would be
Well,
would
they
be
had the
animals.
bears.
Yeah, I know, but there
Wasn't
should have been bears
there-
amongst the
I'm remembering. I thought those elephants.
the mammoths. Yeah, were there mammoths in the? Because there were mammoths in
Wasn't there
the
mammoths?
north.
Like not one. The very first episode where Bran does the Raven to see them and then sends the
Yeah,
Isn't there mammoths in that scene?
there might be. I don't remember. Were there mammoths? We're gonna look now at the scene.
At the
Amazing. That's amazing CGI and amazing. It looked great. Don't we agree?
yeah, it looked amazing.
It looked amazing.
That's for the
and
budget.
That's definitely where most of the acting budget went
Yeah.
for this episode.
Correct.
All of the budget,
Yeah.
not some of
They
it.
look like ants. You could just, if you were annoyed, you could
Well,
just stop them.
Everyone keeps going on about that. Looks like the
Stark sigil?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
and
might
like,
be.
oh, don't look too much.
And then there's the Bran.
They're gonna be a mix of
There you
Night's
go.
Watchmen, of Wildlings,
So
where
that's
else was
supposed to
it?
look like the Stark sigil.
Oh,
which is a
okay.
wolf.
I don't see it. How is that a wolf? Can you show me?
Yeah. So
No, this isn't the scene.
isn't it?
No, it's a different one. Or maybe it is.
I'm pretty
It's
sure it was that.
someone superimposed it,
And
and
basically, it looks like the Stark sigil, and everyone's like, "Oh, the theory of Night King being Bran is
Or even just a Stark ancestor.
yeah."
The Night King looked fucking hilarious, bobbing on the dragon with the dragon. Because his face is so fucking like deadpan. And
Yeah.
he's just bopping up and down. It looks so fucking funny.
In his head, he's like, "Yeah, boy."
You go get some.
Like, was it no? He's just like, was it Planet of the Apes? Gets the rope, starts dragging him along in the back of the drag.
I don't remember that. Planet of the Apes.
Yeah,
The
they have
remake?
the monkeys on the horses, and then they like run with the nets between them and catch humans in them and drag them
Oh,
along
okay.
there. But it's just him and the dragon. And
Is that the Tim Burton remake or the original
I
one?
don't fucking know.
Okay. Is it the old timey one or the?
Monkeys were in it.
Alright. Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
that
So
looks like
that's the
Stark
one that they're looking, saying like, oh yeah, it looks like.
See, when the army's walking just before Eastwatch, it makes it for like a split second makes it look like it's the Stark sigil, and everyone. That's when like more of the people went, oh, they did their Stark sigil just before the Night King pops up on the dragon.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a transition from going, look, Stark, look, Night King,
Yeah.
here's your fucking interlying thing.
Yeah.
It's Bran, the stupid sorcerer supreme.
Do you know what? You know how the Night King used the dragon to melt the wall and to cross over, right? Do you
Yeah.
know what that implies? The fact that he used the dragon to melt the wall.
No, what?
Do you know what I'm about to say?
You didn't have a plan.
Correct.
Yeah.
Do we acknowledge that if Daenerys never went north, if they never went north at all to get a white wolf, a zombie, and Daenerys never went north and had lost to Viserion, they never would have.
They'd just be standing, staring at the wall, hoping something
Correct.
happens.
Is that the implication? Did you get that implication that they wouldn't have been able to cross the wall?
I understand that implication. I would think that it would have just taken him longer to do what
So he would have
wanted to
found
do.
another way.
He would have found another way.
Maybe there's that Night King theory again where you can see shit again. If he knew he was going to get a dragon,
That's why he
there's
started
his
his march.
plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
it's like self-fulfilling prophecy type shit.
pretty much.
If you go there,
It's like the comment, yeah. Like you said,
if,
he knew.
if we build it, they will come.
He knew he was gonna get a dragon.
If I lead my army down, I will get a dragon.
Yeah, and then he's got like, there's my end game to get over the wall.
So you can't. It's in that moment at least. It's like you can't escape fate by tempting fate. Jon and all that going north.
Yes.
They fulfilled the prophecy that the dragon's going to end up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. Or
It's the only logical thing apart from he lucked out. Like,
Yeah,
basically, you lucked out.
Either that's really poor story. One of the rules of storytelling is that you can't just have the villain luck into. He needs to be actively doing things. To
Well,
have
yeah,
his
he's
way.
behind the scenes. He has to have a plan from start to finish, and he has to fulfill it by meeting
Correct.
criteria. Yeah,
Correct. So
Yeah.
having just them fucking up by bringing a dragon to him that he was able to get his hands on,
yeah.
unless Jack is right and there's another way he would have done it that's not going to be explained, that's fair enough.
So
Otherwise, if they're just gonna leave it that he's very lucky that he got a dragon,
Yeah.
then the writers are just kind of like, and we got to tie this up, and
It'll-
everyone just be like,
It'll be interesting to see how they do it in the books. That's all I'll be saying. How George R. R. Martin gets the White Walkers to cross
what
the wall.
books ain't gonna happen?
Correct.
He's
But
gonna die before that happens.
my
That's a terrible
thing with this is he saw that they would come
Yeah.
to him, so that's why he would be
yeah,
marched
that's
out.
fair.
But he would have had another plan as well.
And he took gold from Russia.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Oh, yeah. With a
So
fucking javelin
the
throw.
other thing too is if the White Walkers built the wall, and like Trump made them pay for it.
Yeah.
They would have made like tunnels and shit for them to cross anyway. But
That's
destroying the wall is more impressive.
Drug mules.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because that's the other thing I thought was true.
No,
with
but
the
what are
dragon.
Westeros' statistics on the immigration of?
I had no idea that tunnel didn't lead to the basement and it went right underneath that wall for like
Those
7
Waldexons
kilometers. Yeah.
can now come in.
They're not bringing their best in. That's all I'm saying. Theories for next season?
I don't care. Peter Bear's just dead, so I'm fucking out. I'm not watching it.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll make you.
Jack?
If you tell me that the Night King wins at the end of it,
Then
I
you'll
will
watch
watch
it,
the whole
yeah.
season. If he does not, I don't give a fuck.
With a zombified little finger at his side, whispering in his ear like worm tongue from.
Dude, that'd be
Lord of the Rings.
amazing. Just missing his bottom jaw. He's like,
Yeah.
and then Night King's like, butter chicken it is for dinner.
No.
and just licking it.
What's that you say, Lord Baelish? Chaos is a ladder. Yeah. Yeah. Theories for next season. Jack?
I need to see something else from Bran, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. I'd like that to be a thing, that he actually has become the Night King, and
Spiritually, he's the Night King.
and he's become trapped in that body. Like, even if he was to come, like, he's still testing his limits of his power. What if he was to be able to act upon someone by being inside them, like he does when he wargs or whatever the fuck
yeah,
they call
it
it?
is warging. Yeah,
He walks taller, doesn't he?
Yeah. So if he was to do that to the Night King and he stayed there too long, do you reckon he would get trapped inside that body? And then he would have been trapped up in the north for so long if he did it for the entirety of the time. He might get to the point where he actually does Terminator this shit and
If
get...
he fucking walks into someone so far that he can't go back to his own body, he's the first person to get double crippled.
Oh.
Mentally crippled and physically.
He walks into Christopher Reeve.
All I can think of that he walked...
Yes.
I actually think that it's like he's going to end up walking into John Malkovich. Malkovich.
I saw you bring down the wall, Night King. You were so beautiful.
On your beautiful dragon.
On your beautiful dragon.
I think is I don't know what's going to happen with defending against Cersei and the Night King now.
Bronn
Yeah.
is going to save Jaime somehow.
Yeah, he's gonna leave
Like-
Cersei.
Yeah, that's
It's a
obvious.
smart thing to
But
do.
that's the only story part that I can't picture the outcome of.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure, it's like, maybe Cersei will realise she won, 'cause she's fucking crazy, but there's still like a 1% chance that maybe, like, because everyone she loves is gone. I just, you know what I mean? Like, that's, like, is the end game the Night King now, or is the end game Cersei? Like, I'm not sure.
What are they going to end on? Who are they going to defeat first?
Is how will Cersei die? What's her end? What's her end to this story?
Between this, because of the prophecy and
Yeah.
everything like that, you'll only have 3 children. This
Jaime
is
will kill her.
it's
Or
well, in saying that, it's the whole, you have to, save the baby by killing the mother, or kill the child to save the
Yeah.
mum, that sort of thing.
Mhm.
I reckon something like that's going to come along.
I think she'll die.
So
of
she
death.
won't be able to hold her next child because it won't be a thing. which is why the prophecy said you'll only have 3 children because you'll be dead by the next time the next one comes out.
Doesn't the prophecy say that she'll die with a little brother?
Someone, with a little brother holding like.
So it either means Jaime or Tyrion, or it means the younger brother of her children, like the younger brother.
I think it's basically she'll die during childbirth, because then technically Jaime did kill her because he put the baby in her, and then basically he gets the baby, and then technically she never got another child because she's dead.
Correct.
So it kind of meets all the criteria.
It's a sound theory.
Or it could be something else entirely. Like maybe Tyrion does come back and he's like, "You gotta die because you're crazy."
I think that it'll be like a stillbirth type. Like it won't be alive. That way, she only had 3 children.
Yeah.
And it might even be a dwarf to like it's a poetic.
Add insult to injury.
To add insult to injury. Yeah. That she's given Tyrion a hard time.
Finally, a retarded baby from twincest. I mean, incest.
Whereas Jon and Daenerys have fucking beautiful babies, even though they're incredibly related.
Okay. Prediction.
What color hair would I have?
I was literally just about to say that.
Because
blonde or brown hair.
Well, Jon's got black hair. Or
dark.
Basing on
black,
actors, but didn't Liliana have brown hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, so brown and blonde. You got...
The thing is, like, any child that Jon and Daenerys have, they have a mother who has blonde hair, and they have a father who had a father who had blonde hair.
Yeah, so...
Does that make sense?
Predominance will take over.
Maybe. Or it might be... Oh, who fucking knows? Forget about Jon and Daenerys. In real life, if you had a mother who was blonde, and you had a father who was brunette, but that father had one parent who was blonde, even though brown hair is dominant.
I thought it was to do with the mother's father.
I don't know, you might be right.
Yeah.
Which really kind of ends up to be almost the same person anyway, so...
Yeah, but again, don't forget, Jon's an exception, whereas his father and his aunt were incredibly related, more than just brothers and sister.
Yeah. Going
back to their grandparents. The last time Daenerys had an ancestor who wasn't a Targaryen was Aegon V's wife. So her great-grandmother was the last non-Targaryen. She's a really fucking inbred. And look how beautiful she is and shit. She's all hot and stuff. Really, she should be fucking drooling out of her mouth. She should be finger painting.
She's a mouth breather.
She should be fucking finger painting with her fingers in a fucking a special needs school, if we're being honest. Lovely work, Daenerys. It's so pretty. I'm gonna hang it on the fridge now, darling.
What's this one?
It's a dragon.
It's a dragon. Dragon.
Honey, you shat yourself again. Oh no, we're gonna have to. Daenerys, you're so inbred. Are you? I'm not gonna make this joke. Actually, never mind. Political correctness.
Save it for next time.
Save it for next time. Do you belong to a certain? Considering how inbred you are, you know what I'm trying to say, don't you? I won't go there. Shall we give a final score to this episode of the season, or?
Yeah.
0.
Okay, first to the episode.
Like,
you know why I gave it
I know
0.
why you gave it a 0. But it was the one reason why I was happy with how it turned out, because the sisters fighting was shitting me up the wall.
Yeah.
The sisters coming together was still shit.
It was shitting me up the wall by them just having a go at each other.
Petty squabbling.
But the whole
laughably
big
petty.
thing. Yeah.
Like, it's laughable. It's a bunch of nonsense. Them fighting.
But then the whole thing too, as well, is they're trying to pretend to then now sell it to
It's the
him.
writers needing to create drama. That's what it's not really Sansa and Arya fighting. It's the writers of a TV show needing to create drama in fictional characters. That's how I see it.
Yeah. But it's happened. It's over.
Yeah.
Now that it's over, I'm like everything else. It was okay. I really loved the bit at the end with the fire breathing dragon.
It looked amazing.
That's totally gonna be my background for a little while now.
Yeah.
Just like that exact scene. I'm really happy with that.
Even the wall. The wall is just a beautiful
Yeah.
image.
Yeah.
Like, never mind the TV show. Even if you read the books and you never watched the TV show, the image of this giant, 700-foot ice wall.
Yeah,
across
consistently CG'd as well.
And ice is a beautiful, what would you
Sculpture.
call it? Yeah, sculptural element. It's
Definitely.
ice is beautiful.
I'm giving it a solid 8 out of 10.
This episode?
Yep.
Dave?
You know what mine is.
Oh, 0.
Flat
It's
0.
legit like a 0. I fucking hate Bran now.
Yeah. I give it 6.5.
Yep. See,
Fuck this show, man.
the
6.5 isn't good.
the two things that I don't like is
You gave it an 8. Come on.
no, the two things that I didn't like was like the whole Stark family thing with Littlefinger and Bran. Just yeah, it kind of doesn't
Crippled
need
Bond
to
music.
really be there.
Mm.
But then going back to like the Dragon's Den, just Cersei in general, just don't like her. But they're my two main things, and that's why I'm taking off the 2.
Yeah.
Everything else, yeah, I did
Yeah.
enjoy. I'm looking forward to more of Bronn, whatever
Yeah.
he ends up doing, because I want him to be happy.
Yeah.
I'm
So
going to be
I like
really
Bronn.
annoyed if he dies,
Yeah.
because he's
He's a charming motherfucker.
yeah, and just like he
Lovely.
knows what he wants.
Yeah.
And he's not in it for anything else except for himself. So if he dies, then he hasn't been true to himself.
That's the thing.
But I actually think he'll die saving Tyrion.
That scene, by the way, in season 4, when Tyrion asked him to fight for him against the Mountain,
Yeah.
that was an amazing piece of like that is friendship right there. When your friend is like, I really like you. I only care about myself, and I'm not going to risk my own life. But I do like you, and I wish you the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one wants to fight a fucking 700-foot. I'm exaggerating now. An 8-foot tall
No, no,
monster.
And a 3.5-hour love scene.
So for Bronn, who's in it for himself, and he grew up in a world where you need to look out for yourself.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm not gonna fight for you, but I do like you, and I hope that you fucking
Get out of this
I hope
alive,
you get
yeah.
out of this alive. That is friendship right there. In conclusion to this episode, I hated the Winterfell story. I was meh towards the whole Cersei bringing the White
Oh yeah.
to King's Landing.
Yeah.
I really liked the marriage of Rhaegar.
That was probably the best
Yeah,
part.
that's the best part of the thing.
Easily, because that basically, that just made the whole war like meaningless.
Yeah, it was a really touching piece of filmmaking and storytelling, and the music and everything. The love scene with Daenerys and Jon, and the final scene was epic with the wall. And Theon, I don't care about him fighting that dude.
Yeah.
Stay down, or I'll kill ya.
3 times.
Yeah, 6.5.
Yep. I did really particularly like the useless standoff army at the very start of the episode that we opened on.
Oh, that was fucking lovely.
I know you forgot about that,
That
but
was
I wanted
so
to bring that
random.
back
Like
to
it
your
was
mind.
so bizarre. Like, why did they have that scene? The whole season now. Oh, unless you were gonna say something.
No, I just got confused by it too.
Yeah, it was just fucking random. The whole season. What score would we give?
Season
7 of Game of
season
Thrones.
wise, I'm gonna round it off with a 7.
Dave.
He's giving the entire season a 0 purely
It was
because of
going
Baelish.
for like a 7.
Just because of Littlefinger's death. Is it because they did it in a bad way, or do you think just because he died? Because he was always gonna die. Even in the books, he's gonna fucking die.
He didn't need
I
to
think
win.
it's like a 50-50. 50-50 because I didn't want him to die, and the
Yeah.
other way was it was a fucking shit way for
Yeah.
him as a character
A
to die.
disappointing way for him to die. Yeah.
He didn't need to die crying on his knees.
Yeah.
Like
And with a shitty, dumb plot, the whole Winterfell thing was dumb.
Yeah.
And even before the Winterfell plot, he was leaning against a wall for like 20 episodes.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Yeah,
out of 10.
Oh,
Quickly.
7.
No, that's fine.
you
If
can
want
you
to-
can round it down. a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, I'll give it 7. Yeah.
7 out of 7 episodes.
Yeah.
I'll give it 6.5
Yeah.
this season. Thank you for listening, everyone. We're going to continue the Pool Room podcast with episode 8, where we'll talk about other topics and stuff. We'll have other guests, other subject matters. Isn't that right?
Definitely, we'll just keep going around.
Yeah.
David can still be a special guest if he
Yeah,
feels
we'd
like
love for you
joining
to
in.
join us for future
I
episodes.
honestly feel like just adding you to the list properly rather than just
Yeah,
saying
definitely.
special guest. But
Sure.
if you can free yourself.
Yeah, okay.
I would like to take a little bit of a break for the next couple of weeks until we.
I would like to get over Baelish's death. I'm gonna have a small
Yeah.
funeral at my place.
I'm in.
You know, like a couple of drinks, a
I'm
barbecue.
just all in black.
and-
A great man once said, "Chaos is allowed."
just like, and you dressed in all in black.
I will
how,
be the grieving widow.
how
Man
much
of the Night's Watch.
how much different is that from you normally? Yeah, pretty much the same.
Black is the new black. Yeah, thanks for listening. We'll be back again in a couple of weeks for episode 8 of the Pool Room Podcast.
Yep.
I'm Sam.
I'm Jack.
And Dave.
Take care of yourselves and each other.
Thanks for listening. Have a good night.